We found 2 young girls up near the Hunt store, and then about 10 o'clock we found another little girl wrapped up in debris in a tree.
At least 90 people are now dead in Texas after catastrophic flash flooding. Dozens of people are still unaccounted for, including 10 girls from a summer camp. More than 24 campers and counselors from Camp Mystic died in the flooding. It's just one of many summer camps along the Guadalupe River where mountains of debris, including mangled cars, now sit. More than 800 high water rescues have been made since the flooding began.
I grabbed my wife and we literally jumped in the water, and it swept us down to about 200 feet down that way. And there's a crepe myrtle tree that we grabbed hold of, and we waited for rescue. President
Trump plans to visit the area later this week. This is not the first time they've seen the Guadalupe River turn treacherous. Back in 1987, rescuers airlifted stranded teenagers near Comfort, Texas. Campers from a nearby church camp tried to escape the high water in buses, but one of them stalled. Throughout that day, rescue helicopters, even a TV news helicopter, pulled dozens of people stranded in trees to safety. Still, 10 teenagers died.
Now, with 90 dead and dozens still missing, there are questions today about the alert system in Texas following that flash flooding. In Kerr County, where floodwaters swept away that group of young girls, the first flash flood warning came in at about 1:14 a.m. Notices for evacuations came in at 4 a.m. when a lot of people were asleep, warning that conditions were potentially life-threatening. Peak river levels reached 36 feet at 7 a.m. Now, officials say there were unfilled positions in local safety management offices that could have had an impact on coordination, but they acknowledge there were enough staffers in place to alert the public.
We had an all-hands-on-deck situation where we had a full complement, full staff of meteorologists working in those shifts. Now, what was going on with those forecasters is that they were working on overdrive. They were doing their maximum effort to keep people safe, to inform people.
Some people in the area told CBS News they never received emergency alerts on their phones. Others said the warnings they received didn't mention anything about evacuations. And some said they didn't take the alerts seriously because of the high number of alerts that are sent out.
Yeah, we've been talking about how one of the complicating factors is that this happened in the middle of the night. So even if alerts went out, it's possible people may have missed them.
Yeah, a lot of people turn off their cell phones at night. Some things to do to make sure you stay safe, and these are important. One, for cell phones, make sure you have your emergency alerts turned on. That said, you also want to have your location services turned on. As I'm about to show you locally, we have these boxes that show where the severe weather threat is. And if you don't fall within that box and your phone doesn't know it, well, it can't alert you. So make sure the location services are turned on as well. Another tool to have is a NOAA, National Weather Service radio. And what these do are weather alerts that rely on radio waves rather than cell signals. And they can be more reliable, especially in places that have poor cell service. So weather radios are important. They'll wake you up in the middle of the night screaming at you as well. The other thing you want to not be complacent. Yes, sometimes areas get a lot of alerts, but they're issued for a reason, and that is because the weather becomes dangerous, and they're issued so you stay safe and you keep your family safe. You're going to always want to make sure to heed those warnings, and any one of those things is helpful. All three of those things are more helpful.